The following podcast may contain spoilers.
Hey everybody, good to be back. This is Jonathan Kinney, your host, with the Treading the Path of Heaven podcast. I'm here joined by always as my co-hosts.
I'm Bill.
I'm Richard.
I'm Seth.
Feels good to be that co-host for real now, right?
Yeah. Get to
Eventually
chime in, like on beat, like everybody else, you know? Like, if we were to do like a barbershop quartet kind of deal, I would try and hit the right one. It would be great. It would be fantastic.
So we'd have a baritone as our lead?
Yeah, maybe.
I've never heard that. But
It
that
could
would be
happen.
Awesome.
It could happen.
I mean,
We could do some like non-regulated fucking barbershop quartet
hold on,
shit.
no, man. If I'm doing anything, we're doing it by the books. We're
Absolutely
going with the
not.
regulations.
We gotta live on the edge, the creative edge of barbershop.
We're not doing
barbershop
punk
quartetry.
barbershop for quartets.
I don't even think we have a tenor in our group to do a barbershop quartet.
Whatever.
It's just baritones and basses.
Just baritones and basses.
That'd be great though. We could just do different baritones and basses and like play off of each other. It'd be fantastic. People wouldn't want to listen to it, but it'd be fantastic.
Barbershop duet.
Yeah. Duet.
It would be art. It
Yeah.
would not be good art.
Yeah. I mean, that's good art nowadays.
Speaking
exactly.
of not good art, or I guess good art.
Wait. This episode goes out to a certain special someone on our Discord channel. Vendor Heartlion, this one's for you. We are in fact reviewing
9-star hegemony body art.
Something like that.
Yeah. One of those.
9-star hegemon body art.
There you go.
HSBA.
it is a real fun one.
HBA? NSHBA.
Yes.
Nishba.
Yeah, sounds like an organization.
the story of my man Longchin.
Got that long chin.
Ah, his chin is
Old
disgustingly long.
Dragon. My man's old dragon.
He's the cultivator that I've always read about. He's always like that secondary cultivator that's like a cool guy. That like ferocious barbarian dude. That scoundrel. That guy who wields the heavy saber.
The story knows this is one of those characters that shows up in other stories that would be like, you guys remember Desolate Era? You remember Ji Ning when he was getting ready for that big tournament and they like summoned all the heroes from the area and they
What
had...
a cool fucking scene. Yes.
I do not.
Okay, so
Read Desolate Era or
read
other
Desolate
books.
Era.
But I've read a few books.
So we covered Desolate Era, but Desolate Era is by I Eat Tomatoes and it's awesome. But his main character, Ji Ning, is a sword cultivator. And sword cultivators show up in this story, by the way. And they're just straight up.
Oh, they're super powerful because their attack stat is the highest.
Yeah.
As the series puts
Well,
it.
no, because like there's also the sword cultivators that are like, ooh, we're the attack ones, or ooh, we're the weird trickery ones. Or
Well, yeah,
like,
but all those are shitty. Real sword cultivators have the highest attack stat.
Yeah, who needs defense when you kill them? But
what about the spear guys?
Spears are only cool in Martial World.
but the cool part about it all is, you know how Ji Ning and this Lara meets like a saber guy who's just like Saber Ji Ning with the same treasures and same lucky chances. We get to follow that guy, except he's also the main character from Emperor's Domination without all the whack shit from Emperor's Domination.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You're saying this, but it's just against the gods part 2.
Remind us what was so whack about Emperor's Domination.
It wasn't whack. It was just like Emperor's Domination was just a victory lap the entire time. So you didn't get a chance to like, the main character never really grows as a person or like is ever in any real danger or any, he's just victory lapping the entire time.
He's the guy that beat a person 5 realms of cultivation past him by being real good at a martial art.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's the guy who knows where all the cheat items are because he put them there.
Yes. That's
Okay.
Emperor's Domination. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty lame. Fair enough.
But
Continue.
So you never felt a threat in Emperor's
I
Domination.
mean, even the face slapping isn't as good in Emperor's Domination because he's an old soul and he's so much better than everyone. It's more like an old elder talking down to people. And this one's like if you saw a 5-year-old talking shit to like a 40-year-old police officer.
I love it. How did we get a 5-year-old talking shit to a police officer? How do we get to that? Bill?
Well, I guess I can read you the novel updates.
I would love it if you read me the novel updates, Bill.
Is he the reincarnation of a pill god? Or is he the fusion of spirits? A youth whose spirit root, spirit blood, and spirit bone, three separate things, were all stolen. Long Chin must rely on his memories of divine pill refining arts and a mysterious cultivation technique, the 9-star Hegemon body art, in order to part the layers of misleading fog and solve a heaven-shaking riddle. Heaven and earth are within his grasp as he steps through the cosmos, meets all kinds of beautiful women, and suppresses devils, demons, and gods.
All kind of beautiful women made it right into the...
No, you don't even understand.
no, it's an important plot.
It's an important part of
Fair enough.
The thing is, his Thou Heart is domination.
Was there more, Bill?
Legend has it that when Long Chin arrives, the lands roar and heaven screams, ghosts sob and gods weep.
Incredible.
So he's basically cultivation base god, and he does that by taking your bitch.
So,
I mean-
like, he ruins you spiritually.
Metaphysically, spiritually.
He, like,
Definitely
destroys
physically, though.
your will to fight.
Always physically at
it's
the
not
end.
destroying your will to fight. It's literally destroying you.
Yeah, no, he tears you apart by hitting you so
So
hard.
his special ability is the bitch slap.
Well, hold on. We can't go all the way
Yeah, okay.
to
Let's
bitch slap.
let's
That's
start.
No,
Let's
Yeah,
start.
we
no,
haven't
no.
set up any context for this story.
Let's start
nothing
up
whatsoever.
Let's start at the beginning. How did we get to where we are?
Okay, so this is how it starts. Long Chen wakes up after having basically he got curb stomped. He wakes up just awful, and he is in so much pain. He's about to die. There's some crappy alchemist here that created a crappy pill, a pill that's like 99% impurity, and they feed it to him to try to get him to heal. And they blow all the money that little money his family and his mother has. They blow on this shitty pill.
Sell all their jewelry.
That's stupid.
Come to find out, you realize that their family is in dire straits because, you know, they're a noble family, but they're like noble family Z tier.
Well, no, they're super important.
A
No,
tier.
they
but
are,
They got
but they aren't
yeah.
because they are being treated like Z tier.
They are, but only because the only person, like, that's political reasons, whatever.
I mean, yeah, sure, but like, fact of the matter is, they're literally the trashiest of noble families, according to all other noble families.
And
Well-
yet they possess the nation's strongest man.
Exactly.
They're still like he has friends that are lower tier nobles, but they have more money than him. So it's brutal, right? Like it's brutal, and he's treated like crap because he can't cultivate. Like he wakes in this body, and this is a different Long Chin. Like he has like the memories of being a child and being raised by his father and family, but he has memories of being a different person and also the memories of a pill god, and he is unsure what is what.
Yeah, he's not sure if he's the pill god who's taken over this child's body, or if this Bill's got, or if he was the child and the memories have been implanted into him. And this novel does a really good job of convincing you it could really be either. A lot of the times it feels like, yes, we are the kid. A lot of the times it feels like, no, this is definitely an old wizened master that's taken over somebody.
They give you this grand overarching like mystery in the beginning, and then he's like on a quest to figure it out. Who took my spirit root? That's basically like, it's like that, except as he goes on this mystery search, you know, just like the Persona 4 where the Scooby gang is trying to figure out what's going on. He runs into the dude who beat him half to death. Immediately he pops off at the mouth. It's not even like a, man, I should watch out for myself or keep a low key or do something like that, right?
No, he's got shit to talk, and he's gonna talk it.
Yes. On a level that...
So this guy is a master shit talker. We've had master shit talkers before. What makes this guy special?
He's vulgar.
I mean,
He
you say that, like, not really much. If he's very comparable to other shit talkers like Long Chin or Chu Feng or Meng Hao.
Meng
Hao
Hao
was eloquent.
was not vulgar.
I mean, okay. What about Against the Gods guy?
Yun Chi for
Yun Chi.
sure.
Oh yeah.
No, very, very Yun Chi-esque.
I don't know if I've heard this many back to back like brutal insults though. Like this is a man who will insult you, your mother, your mother's mother, your father, your grandfather,
No, not my
his
grandfather.
ancestors. Then he will call you a stupid cunt to your face,
Jesus.
and he'll mean it.
It's pretty great.
All right. That sounds pretty intense. What happened next then?
So yeah, he basically wakes up in this body. He's like, aha, I'm the pill god. I can do, oh my god, I can't cultivate. This is the worst. But he remembers this one cultivation art called the 9-star Hegemon body art.
And he understands perfectly how to cultivate it, but he does not know the intricacies of exactly how it works because the pill god memories are there, but they're incomplete in areas.
There's one problem about the cultivation of this. It requires a hella lot of medicinal pills.
A la Martial World with incomplete memories taken from elders and medicinal pills being like, the farther along you go, the exponential it increases that you need.
I mean, I think it's really cool though that we get a main character who's straight up just an alchemist, like all off the bat. In the beginning of this novel, they focus on his alchemy because it's the process of doing it. So you intrinsically understand how difficult it is to create a pill and create a pill flame and all the other stuff. As he begins and realizes the vast amount of money he needs to cultivate this 9-star Hegemon body art, he finds out fun ways of doing that by exploiting the fact that the people here believe him to be the same pushover he was the previous day when he was almost beat to death. And when he walks out of his house, he runs into one of the assholes that beat him up. They give him no face, so he gives them no face. And then they have a death fight.
No, not a death fight.
Like a death challenge. And then he also puts up money that he borrowed from someone.
So challenge like this to the death or like...
Yeah, because he's got a cool like older brother type who's like hardworking and is real cool and actually good. And he like believes in him because he's a cool guy.
To answer your question, the challenge to the death is, yes, this is an official, you can't fight in this city in the streets because that's like against the rules. But like if you sign a lease, you can go like fight in an arena in the city sanctioned to fight to the death.
Usually you'd go until you can give up, but then there's also the go until someone dies. The first one, I believe, is go until you give up. And boy, does that not go the way you think it's going to go. You know the main character's there, and he sucks. Like, he's weaker than, like, a normal human. Like, he's weaker than another normal kid his age. I think he's, 16 right now? Or 15 at this point?
Okay.
And he's weaker than another normal teenager at this point. Like, he is brutal. Like, he gets out of shape, he breathes hard, he sweats easy. It's just bad.
Does the older version of him that he has the memories of, was he also shitty when he was 15 or 16?
No. Like, it's a pill god. Like, he has the memories of a pill god.
It's not that he has an older memory version of himself. He just has fragmentary memories of this pill god being.
Gotcha.
Who may be him, who maybe it's the other person.
Got it.
It's just like the memories of someone super smart, but unfortunately these memories don't have any memories on combat. It's not like it doesn't have any battle techniques, doesn't have any innate talent for fighting.
No, he remembers combat. He understands like how to make efficient strikes.
He knows pressure points.
Yeah, he's like Sherlock Holmes.
He knows pressure points. He actually has no technique for fighting.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he has like battle techniques or like any of those things. Agreed. He has zero of those. But he is an expert at fighting from the get-go. That's why he beats people that are realms above him. Like, that's why he's able to win the life or death fight immediately.
I mean, that life or death fight, he won by kicking that dude in the balls.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Like, it wasn't like a technique. It's you have openings, boom, right in the nuts.
Those openings are your balls, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't something he had before the pill god memories. Like that was something unique to after that. It was I understand the body and medicine so
Yeah.
well. A la Yun-Chi Medicine Man, when he was like a weak dude, he was like still did joint attack, fucked with people.
He knows uniquely how to ruin a body because he knows uniquely how to repair it. But like he himself kind of sucks in the beginning, which is why like his fast growth was kind of super dope, right? How fast he was able to grow as a combatant is honestly, it alludes to the power of the 9-star Hegemon body art, because he needs to get money so he can
Get stronger, so he
stronger.
can get bitches.
Was it notably like a strong technique, or was it just
No,
an underused technique?
No one knows it.
it
Got
literally only exists as far as he knows for him.
Okay.
Yeah, it just is a thing he knows. He doesn't know why he knows it. He just does. But long story short, he uses the capital he earns in that left fight to go start his alchemist trade, because as any book with a brain protagonist with an alchemist, A Will Eternal, Battle Through the Heavens.
Martial World, because he did alchemy.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about people that do alchemy sideways. I'm talking about people that have alchemists as one of their main identities.
Okay, I shall seal the heavens.
Yes, but less. I would say that if I hadn't already said A Will Eternal, who is basically just more alchemy focused Monk Hao.
Fair.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Ugh.
Pure little me.
That's disgusting.
Pure little Bai Xiao Chun. Goddamn, hey Dawu. Great book. Go read Will Eternal.
It's finished.
Alchemy makes money. People that can be who are alchemists are always rich and can get favors from anyone.
Because like the beauty of it here is, I'm skipping ahead because I actually don't want to mess up the beginning, because the beginning is actually a joy.
Where is our spoiler limit? Did we decide?
We'll just feel it out. The story is still relatively early on in the actual story.
Okay.
There's only 400 to 500 chapters translated right now.
Which
I
is
want to
like-
say like 480.
Yeah, 480ish.
We're still in the early beginning.
We're
dude.
still very much in the beginning of the story. We may spoil a fair amount of stuff. Like, we're not going to spoil specific stories. We'll skirt around stuff. Believe me.
As of right now, 480, but status in COO, chapters ongoing is 2,801.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, so
That
like,
makes sense.
And the author's name is Ordinary Magician. Just didn't bring that
Cool.
up earlier.
Well, Ordinary Magician is a vulgar man.
yeah, it's pretty great.
Um,
Longchen is just the hegemon, the barbarian, the scoundrel slaughterer, man.
he's also like its beauty. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. The way he fights, even when, because the thing about him is, because his Dao heart is being domineering, that means he can't back away from situations. Like how, example, he's in a forest, right, looking for a treasure, and he's picking up things, and he sees a treasure that's just way too dangerous to go for. Like, he knows, if I go for this, I'm probably gonna die.
But I gotta have it.
But I gotta have it because he has
I can't
a
back
disease.
down.
He's like, I got a disease.
Well,
the
I mean,
disease is greed, or the
No,
disease
he's like
is
the
an actual
treasure
disease?
take
it
the
is
treasure.
indeed greed.
If you're
Okay.
familiar with One Piece, he's the opposite of Usopp's disease.
Oh, he has to throw himself into danger.
Yes. Cause as much trouble as possible.
Well, because like he always like figures out, oh, well, I'll just use the terrible things happening around me against each other and then profit. You know, as per usual, he just plays the fisherman 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. He has a saying he does like to use: "If I can't beat you to death, I'll play you to death,"
I see.
which he does.
There's a part where he kites a dude 4 realms above him, right? MMORPG, kite this man like a melee creep across the forest while shitting on him with traps and insults and poo. It's pretty great.
His poo, or like collected poo? Did he collect poo?
Both.
Both.
That's terrible. Where did he get the poo? I know this is a very specific thing,
He's
but I
an
need
alchemist.
to
He understands gathering ingredients in nature, and
know. Oh, so he just like animal shit. He's got all kind of animal shit.
and his own, because he was running. Like, he couldn't take breaks. He had to shit on the go.
Yeah, okay. I think I should be more concerned at the fact that he's using his own shit instead of animal shit.
You gotta do
He is
what you gotta do.
shameless.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a shit.
One of his pickup
apparently
lines.
he does.
One
But
of his,
yes. God.
He really doesn't give a
I
shit.
hate that I did that.
He
I
gives you
hate
shit.
myself.
I hate you too.
Yep. Continue.
But one of his pickup lines is one of his many females calls him a scoundrel, and he's like, "Do you have a dream?" He's like, "Yes, gonna be a great big scoundrel."
To be the best possible scoundrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
He even builds followers. In fact, one of my favorite characters, because one thing about this character is he's great to his brothers. That's a typical one, but like the people he built around him, the clan he's raising up around him off the power of his alchemy, are quite ridiculous. Example, he has Cultivation Iron Man. He's the boy.
Yeah, no, there's a guy who's just, my Tao is the Tao of forging, and the first thing he builds is a suit of goddamn Iron Man armor that he uses to fuck up everyone.
Like
Actually, I
lasers
take
and
that back.
shit?
The first thing he builds is a fucking big ass crossbow that snipes people the fuck down.
And then he made explosive rounds. Oh, I love it. I love that character so much. He's so good. And he's brutal. And as cutthroat, and the thing is, he starts off as not being this cutthroat, but his boss is Long Chin. And boy, can this man learn. Cultivation Iron Man learns very fast.
Yeah, he literally goes from being a person that I thought was going to be like a shitty, annoying character to being like the most legendary hype man.
Ooh, I like a good hype man.
Like, and he gets it. Like, Long Chin has him there and he loves what he's doing. Like, he implicitly agrees with 100% of the things this guy is doing. And he doesn't, he can just like sit back and let this guy talk shit for him. So he can just sit back and look imposing.
When they're talking shit, it's like battle rap, man. Like, Long Chin will say something domineering, then he'll stop talking. And then Cultivation Iron Man will show up, and he'd be like, "My boss don't need to talk to you. Get out of here, you old bitch. You ain't worth the time. We gonna kill you if you don't get the fuck."
It's like that moment in a scene where a man, like a squire and his knight, and the squire will just like bring up like a stool, start shining the guy's shoes. They take this entire time for nothing. It's literally what they're doing. They're just disregarding everyone else around them.
The beauty of it is, I remember
It's
that
just
scene.
it's so theatrical.
They set it up. He's like, "I want to do this to insult these people." And at first, Long Chin was like, "That's a little much." But then a situation appears for him to take it that far.
And how did the person react?
They set it up and did it, and Long Chin went along with it because it was appropriate to the theme.
Incredible.
They came in there talking. That's the one thing, all right? People don't realize that, like, at first, it's like, "You're just a peerless genius. Oh, man, you're a once-in-a-generation genius. Oh, man, you're the greatest genius we've ever seen here at this monastery." People keep stepping on his toes, and then they die. They step on his toes, and he can't deal with the problem, but somehow he plays them until they die. It's great. That's the story. That is the story. And it all gets triggered kind of off the face slaps, man. Like, it's amazing. I can't.
Yeah.
I skipped over it before.
Tell the story of how he got his face slaps. I need to know. Did he? It sounds like he acquired the art of face slapping.
It's innate to him. It's like people would think it would be a battle technique, and he could kill with it if he wanted, but he doesn't because it's more threatening when he doesn't kill with it.
He couldn't kill with it if he wanted. That's specifically the point. It has no killing intent. It's just to disrespect you.
But even because he's doing it to disrespect you, but he's doing it so hard that if you put it in a little bit more power, they would explode. Like, it's a divine. People explain it the way people explain it. It's like a divine move. It's like 100% hit rate, never misses, always creates a situation for him to profit, or infuriates them so much that they kill themselves.
Jesus.
He always knocks out teeth, breaks noses, ruins their grill.
It's always in front of people and like.
Oh yeah. They're like talking shit, and they're like, "Oh yes, you Long Chin, you may be big, but you're only a mere blah blah blah." And then like as they're talking about this, they get slapped out of a place they couldn't have possibly see. There's no killing intent, so they didn't feel it coming at all. They're just slapped, 2 teeth flying out of the wind. They've never been slapped in their goddamn life because they're basically nobility as far as they're concerned.
Sure.
But the point is that there's no killing intent within it. It's just
so they don't see it coming. It's
they don't feel it at all. It's
Yeah.
just suddenly there's a hand on their face.
There's a time where the dude was like engaged in this great battle to the death, sword dows and saber dows and power, and the fucking fabric of the reality is bending from their clashes, and then they just get slapped into a mountain, bitch slapped in front of them, and then insulted right after.
Like slammed impact into a mountain, or like slammed impact through a mountain?
Slap someone so hard, it looks like some Dragon Ball Z shit, and they fly through a mountain off the slap.
Incredible.
Slap so hard, you activate a teleportation amulet, and you go 100,000 miles away because the slap was that humiliating levels of slap.
Tell me more slaps. I need to know more power slaps.
I mean, it's pretty much that all the time. It's just like people talking shit, and he walks up and slaps them, or people insulting his women, and he walks up and slaps them.
And then when he slaps them, Cultivation Iron Man's always there with a great quip about how bad you got slapped. You ever watched Friday? No,
Yeah.
Smokey walked up to the dude, Debo'd, and he was like, "You got knocked the fuck out." That's basically that character.
God, I love that Debo is a verb.
He pretty much just Debo's people. And that's long shit in a nutshell. I wish I could talk more about it, but there's like not enough, and I would have to spoil.
Yeah, we could be
I
a
mean,
lot more
like-
specific than we're being, but we're trying to be vague to kind of avoid spoilers somewhat.
I guess, but there's so many other cool things, like the fact that he's a saber user and he has like a move called Pierce the Heavens.
Split that.
Split the
So that-
heavens.
Same difference. It's still fucking cool. Like, or the fact that the cultivation of the 9-star Hegemon body art is like their actual acupuncture points in his body that open up stars that he has to feed energy into.
Yeah. When he does the first pill, it opens a goddamn Dantian in his foot. He didn't have a Dantian because he had all that shit stolen, but he opened one in his foot, and then all the energy that was supposed to go into his Dantian like started going into that area. So he's like suddenly, oh shit, I can cultivate now because I made a star in my foot.
Does he kick better?
He
Yes.
does a lot of things better, but when it happens, the area around his foot explodes. It's very specific and very deliberate.
I see.
As far as I'm aware, he has opened 2. One in his foot and one in his hand. The polar, like I think it was left foot and right hand. And it's just like,
And then, like, the thing is, the hand one ain't even full yet, and it already multiplies its power by a lot. On top of that, the way it cultivate, the way you generate power into it has an interesting flow throughout all of the points in his body. And the way it flows is also unique. Like, it innately builds power due to its rotation.
and it is a plot point at one point, but he is the only person who can do this because of those 3 things he is missing.
Yeah, if he didn't have those, the energy would come into his Dantian and explode, and he would die.
That's
I
a
see.
plot relevant point.
So it's good that he was fucked up to begin with. Thanks,
Yeah.
story.
Hey, this is not at all a spoiler because it is not at all confirmed or even really hinted at. I'm just calling this as a shot in the dark before the story's
Yeah,
translated.
go for it.
Long Chin, Pill God Long Chin, is the person who stole the spirit root, spirit blood, and all that jazz.
Holy shit.
From our guy.
Think about, I just realized, think about meeting like a guy from China who has read all of these books, and you're like, oh yeah, what about this one? And they're like, dude, I've read all of that, and then immediately start spoiling shit for you. that would be both the most magical and worst like interaction
Magically
you
tragic.
could have in this. Yeah, exactly. Ah,
It's
goodness.
the opposite of serendipitous.
Sorry, just had a thought.
Honestly, though, there are so many cool parts to the story, and there's a lot of lamp shading in the story too. So the normal cultivation method these people have when they go from blood condensation to tendon transformation to bone forging, these people, when they break to the next realm, the heavens give them help. They come down, the heavens give favor, and they choose people, and they give them good luck and karmic luck and all the other stuff. They don't go through tribulations the way traditional cultivators from novels we've read go through.
Sure.
But that shit has to attach to a spirit root or spirit blood and all that shit. So it comes down to him, and it's just like, oh, no, I can't go to you. And he's like, well, fuck you then.
It's so brutal. This is how much the heavens hate him. Not only can he get karmic luck at all, every time he breaks through, he gets tribulation lightning.
You get super dunked on.
Which
He
is
gets-
like a super, super cliche thing in Cultivation novels. But in this one, it pretty much mostly just happens to him, so that's why it's unfair.
I mean, it is super cliched, but like,
So is so much in this novel.
yeah, but the fact that he also has the thing where it's like, oh man, good thing I could turn this terrible thing that happens only to me into a good thing that happens only to me.
It's because he's nuts. Because he's like, fuck, that tribulation lightning hurt really hard. I wonder if I found a way.
So he intentionally breaks
cultivate
through
lightning.
like while enemies are around.
Oh no, that's a different story. No, there was that one time he.
No, that's Wudong Kyungkyun.
There was that one time he hung out on a kite though, like inside a thunderstorm. That
he went full Ben Franklin.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
he literally had someone fly him on a kite that he rode on top of and just absorbed lightning until there was no more lightning to absorb.
Yeah, that sounds like Ben Franklin 8.0. No,
he
not
like
exactly.
turned it into a lightning pet inside of his veins.
It was like Ben Franklin if he was the key.
Yeah, pretty much. He legit took a hit from an asshole on purpose so he could steal his Thunder Force.
It was pretty fun.
And then he used it to feed his Thunder Force.
No, not only did that, but he also used it as an excuse to flirt with the woman the Thunder Force guy wanted to steal a kiss from her.
Disgusting.
Because that's Long Chen.
What a horrible human being.
No, he's the best
He's
human
the
being.
best.
He's
He-
the only one with any goddamn honor in this world. And the people around him are the people that recognize that and start to honor that. And because they do that, he's like, because you did that, you're my brother. And now, like, we're going through life together. This
I
is
see.
you and me.
I see.
Yeah, no, he's a
He
fucking
just
bro.
adds to his tribe.
He might have the largest confirmed kills for a non-Xantian main character that I've seen.
And this is early, so like,
Yeah,
damn.
Like, he's
Oh
in,
no,
like-
they're definitely stretching out the opening stretch.
Like they're still at the bottom of Hoshian.
yeah, they're still at like we need to improve our body to the point where we can become like start the immortal path.
Yeah.
I will also say this is like some of the biggest realm jumping that I currently have read about
Whew.
per fucking I think a great realm and a half, 2 great realms at one point.
Yeah, it's pretty much against the gods and emperor's domination for realm jumping, I think.
Yeah.
This is no martial god Asura where you are adding 3+3 to get power level 7 because you have an inherent +1 when you activate your thunder armor.
It's nuts to me though. He's realm jumping, but like normally when people are realm jumping, I'm like, oh man, it's some ass pull bullshit. When he's realm jumping, the fight, like the fights do feel like he's really kind of playing this by ear. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is very Razor's Edge feeling.
Yeah.
He is Saber guy and going for hard.
The
And-
author does a really good job of making you really feel like the main character really is in danger.
They're also not afraid to kill allies
Yeah.
at all.
Well, I like that. That's always a
Yeah.
fun approach to story writing.
Yeah, it's pretty well established that what he's really terrified of are the people around him dying as he can't prevent it. And like, so a lot of the tension in the story isn't coming from really him being in danger so much as him being tied up so much that he can't protect the people around him.
God, man, that echoes right into Overgeared, which we'll be talking about at another time. But
Overgeared.
Soon, guys.
Soon.
the biggest thing I love about Long Chen is the fact that he does establish that I am bringing you with me, and he does it through alchemy, and he does it through he'll buy a ton of. He bought this like super duper heavy sword that he can't wield, but he just hands it off to his mountain bro that we haven't talked about yet.
We haven't even mentioned Wild.
We didn't talk about WoW.
No, we still got time.
No,
Talk a little bit about
No,
WoW.
this is us chastising ourselves for taking this long to talk about it.
I say, go for it.
So there's this guy that's like really big, like Big John, but like big bad John. No, big John. The guy Big John would feel
Was bigger.
was Big John.
Yeah.
You know, every day at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood like 12'12" and weighed 845.
All right, 12 foot forever.
Wild is weird in that not only is he's ridiculously strong and has insane amounts of durability, he's dumb as a doornail. Actually, dumber than a doornail.
Oh no.
And well,
Got a piece of dirt and like pushed it together real hard, it probably could think better than Wild.
but it doesn't matter because Wild's constitution is the weirdest shit ever. So he lacks, people have all the acupuncture and all of the cultivation points in their body,
All the meridians.
all the meridians.
People have
Sure.
like 300 or something or
Yeah,
other.
he has 4.
They just big and thick.
He's got a meridian going to each of his limbs, and he's got a Dantian, and that's what he's got.
But he also has like a weird, like he has no spiritual energy, but he has a weird energy inside of his body that's powered by food.
And he has never known a home because he has eaten himself out of every place that's ever accepted him.
Incredible.
Until he meets Long Chen.
And when Longchin finds him, he's like starving on the road being beaten. And he's just like lying there taking it because like he has no energy. But also, they're not doing any damage to him.
No, the crazy thing about it is, right, he's getting beat on because they offered him food to build a well. And he shows up and he's like, why is there a giant tower? He was too dumb to figure out you dig a hole, not build a tower.
He just held the plants upside down.
Wait, but
He's got the physical ability to do that, but not the mental ability to figure out he had the map upside down.
incredible.
Long Chen is capable of many, many things, okay? But one thing he is incapable of is teaching Wild. They reference this line so much in the story with greater people than Long Chen, and they themselves are unable to teach him. He tried. The only way he was even able to even conceptualize getting Wild to try to activate 1% of 1% of his power is you can't eat until you kill a cow using the punch I showed you.
Yeah. Every time you do that, you can eat the cow you kill.
But if you don't do it right, you can't eat the cow.
I mean, he
He
does
almost starves.
straight eat raw beef. Like he just kills a cow.
I was
and
gonna say,
eats it right
in
there.
what way does he prepare it?
No,
He just-
he's so
No, he
hungry
just-
he doesn't prepare. He just eats it.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah, no, he is a straight monster.
It's kind of gross. Yeah.
And there's a point where he looks at the guy's cells and find out that the cells aren't being activated. So like, I don't know what that means. Is he like a gluttony dragon? Like what is he?
Like his cells are starving, so they won't turn on. But he has to eat to turn them on. But if he turns them on, it burns his calories, so he has to eat again, or they'll turn off.
So it's fine though. Long Chen's an alchemist, so he buys a cow pasture, and he's just like, yeah, just go eat however many cows you want. It's fine.
Okay.
And that's why they become brothers for life.
Yes.
Also because Wild is too naive and stupid to betray Long Chen, and Long Chen appreciates people that he can trust.
True that.
Wild would throw his body at anything. There's a point where they try to experiment on Wild's body, like bad guys, right? And they put these spikes in his body that would kill like a tendon transformation expert.
It's like bone eroding needles.
Yeah, bone eroding needles that
Bone
are
eroding,
so
yeah.
painful.
It's the idea is that like 1 puts you in extreme pain, 2 makes you basically lose your mind, 3 you basically try to start killing yourself, and they like filled him up like a goddamn porcupine with these things.
But
And he just no
And he's
sold
just
it.
like, I mean, it kind of hurts. It's not as bad as how hungry I've been.
I'm so hungry.
I really wish that I could turn down different levels of like hunger. That'd be fantastic. But he's got the opposite. He can turn down pain in favor of hunger.
I'm not gonna
Horrible.
lie to you. I want the story where this guy's the main character, and like I just want to watch his life unfurl.
It'd be kind of boring. Think about when they're like his training and he gets his master and his master goes out and they just hunt for food.
Yeah, be ton of fun. And then he fought the T-Rex, and then he brought the hammer down.
it's
He ate
like-
the T-Rex.
Oh man, there's a
Yeah.
wyvern.
It's-
I
you-
swung my club.
You find
I
out
ate the wyvern.
you find out that the most efficient way for Wild to fight is to him to have the heaviest thing that he can lift and to swing it at things.
Because no one else can lift that. No one else.
Wild sounds like a great character. Yeah, I think I agree that I would watch a show about this guy.
Yeah, he's
Watch a
pretty
show.
great.
Read a book about just this
It'd
guy.
be a Food Network show.
No, it'd be
Isn't it just Toriko, but like
Toriko with no
No.
story.
Yeah.
Toriko where they spend most of the time eating and sleeping.
So Toriko.
Yeah, Toriko.
Toriko if the main
We
character
boiled it
couldn't
back
cook,
down.
I guess. Yeah, but no, this is a really great book. We've gushed a lot.
We didn't talk about Little Snow.
All right, talk about Little Snow, but make it quick.
He gets a puppy.
He
It
does.
is-
He gets a wolf companion.
It's a cute pupper, but it's also terrifying.
In what way? What's it do?
Everything. It's fast. It's like fast and shoots fire and wind.
Scary wolf puppy. I'm in.
It was given to him by his ex-fiance who had good feelings towards him. She was a monster tamer. Yeah, it's like a 4th ranked magical beast once it gets like maxed out, which is huge, but that scares people. But yeah, he's like a fire wind wolf, and that fire makes wind better and wind makes fire better, so it's like really explosive.
They
It's
have
a
combo attacks that are pretty great.
it's a wolf that shoots Rasingans.
Pretty much, yeah.
That
disgusting.
explode. So yeah, and he also typically with monsters you make like a slave seal with them, very Tate no Yusha-esque. But this one he's just like, nah, we're bros, and Little Snow's like, yeah, we're bros.
Very
Yeah, we're
coiling
bros.
dragon-esque.
Yeah.
If he had put a slave imprint on it, it nerfs their growth and nerfs their ability to do combat. Like it's brutal. He doesn't do that, so his brother, Little Snow, can grow at the same rate as his teacher, except there's a cap to it. But because it's long chin, no one has caps.
Yeah,
no,
it's
he
pretty great.
figures out a way to break that.
Because he's got the pills.
No, that's the great part is like he understands real cultivation for everyone else. So like he's supplying all their shit with alchemy. His stuff is held back by the fact that he needs absurdly rare and mythical and primordial herbs to make the pills that are required in great quantity to cultivate his art. He's perpetually behind everyone, but it's okay because his behind everyone is so strong or stronger than they're ahead of him.
Yeah,
Incredible.
basically. In the sense of Little Snow, the story about how they meet and what happens in the early stages is really sweet. But like that moment where Little Snow just sort of balloons. Little Snow has had a size issue for me. It's gone from a little pupper to like, a dog to like a dog bigger than a person to Clifford the big red dog,
The big white dog.
back down to regular pupper? Or is it
No,
big
no,
as-
he's
It's
How-
a pupper as big as a human again.
I was gonna say,
I think he's
how
kind of like
big was
dire
the-
wolfy.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
dire wolfy, except like
He's
it's
very
like a
much
Poke evolution, pretty much what just happened.
But it's one of those where they get smaller. That's always the good ones because that's when they condense their strength.
Mhm. very, very Ranga from that time I reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
He has his own Tempest Wolf.
And instead of Tempest, it's fire.
No, it is
His
Tempest.
Fire Tempest.
He's fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's a pretty natural resting point for that.
Like go read this book.
Do it.
It was sold to me as a book that's full of cliches, but like knows how to write them, and like it is incredible. Like it is not the story decisions it makes. It is the characters that it creates and the world it is building that is fascinating about this story, and the shit talking. I know we
I can't
cannot
say it
stress
enough.
how good the shit talking is in this book.
It does sound like some supreme shit.
Someone will go and start being like, "Oh yes, I'm a sneaky little worm tongue type. Listen to my lies. Everyone, this person's a scoundrel." And they'll be like, "You fucking hypocritical bitch. Anyone could tell that anyone that's as strong as my boss could get anyone. He has no reason to rape this ugly bitch.
Get him.
Jesus.
Why would he rape
Yeah.
that ugly bitch?
He could just show his strength and all the actual beauties would flock to him.
Look
Fuck
at the
you.
Look at the women around him.
Which they
He
do,
wouldn't
yeah.
even look at you once. He's just like literally, it's roasting. It's roasting. It's roast. If he could kill via roasting, he'd be undefeatable in the heavens.
It sounds like he may be able to with the slaps.
Ugh.
So what do we move on to? We didn't get to? Are we doing?
Yeah, let's do a couple of them. We got.
Are we doing advertisements?
Let's do a little business first.
Yeah.
First off, something I'm pretty excited about. Richard and I were interviewed on another podcast called the Department of Nerdly Affairs.
Yeah, we talked about They will ask us questions about the novel translations community and our show and books and tropes. It's just a good time. It's like 2 hours of really fun time. I recommend checking them out.
It was a really good time. I had a lot of fun with them on the show.
Fantastic. That'll be fun to listen to. I got to hear it kind of from one side and from down a hallway. I'm excited to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it's they've got a really good format. They're excellent hosts. So
Cool.
All right. Who was the person who requested
This was Vendoring Lionheart.
Nice.
I just double checked their name to make sure.
Because it's on our Discord. Definitely check it out. It'll be in the description. We're in there talking about novels all the time.
We've also got a Twitter that we are fairly active around. We've also got a website that will be back going soon. And we are working on putting together a Patreon. With y'all's help, we might make that live here in the next episode. So let us know, and that link may start showing up here soon.
Well, all right. I guess that brings us over to we didn't even get to his girlfriends, who we have like at least 4 of them, as far as I'm aware.
Tong Waner, Lufeng. He's got a there's Crazy, there's Wind Girl, there's Ice Girl, there's Beast Girl, there's
Wood Girl.
Oh, there's Beast Girl. There's
Wood Girl.
Oh, Wood Girl.
And then
Wood Girl.
there's Barbarian Archer who has to stay back.
We didn't even get to talk about Monian.
Archer buddy.
Yo, who would fuck with Mogate?
We didn't get to talk about all of the wacky monsters that they like, the Wind Beast or the Dark Phoenix or the Dark Phoenix eggs.
Oh my God!
Or
Yeah,
the-
we didn't even get to talk about the Flame Salamander and the Earth Flame.
Mm. And the fact that he always gets like things just slightly ahead of when he needs them.
We didn't get to talk about how awesome his dad is.
We didn't even get to talk about the Julie Secret Realm.
Julie.
I mean, we did talk a little bit about it. We didn't specifically talk about it. We didn't talk about that selection exam that was really cool with all of the corrupt the corrupt puppets.
You're right.
Nor did we talk about the heavy righteous sect is worse than the corrupt sect.
Oh boy, are they?
Yeah, this whole thing is like, righteous sect sucks. Corrupt sect is like honor among thieves. Righteous sect doesn't even have that.
I think it was a fake. Maybe the corrupt sect called themselves righteous so they look better.
It would be the corrupt thing to do.
Yeah, but domineering, man.
Yeah, man.
This is truly a man who lives to be a hegemon.
Oh, we didn't talk about how alchemist cultivators fight. They literally turn themselves on fire and wield flame swords and spears.
You can't fight them because you just incinerate if you get close enough.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like high risk fighting.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Yeah.
Well, alchemists.
It's very risky to fight an alchemist, yeah.
What about alchemist v alchemist? You would imagine an alchemist has like.
Yeah, whoever has the higher rank flame usually is in a good spot.
When you see them fighting, like you don't even see like information. It's just a giant ball of flames, like the sun fighting each other.
Incredible.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Like, really, I know we've said it, but I got to say it again. Go check this one out. It is excellent. It's starting off. So I know some people complain about being in the F5 sect, but honestly, it is kind of a joy to watch a story unfold and to be a part of the community as it's going along.
Yeah, hopping on early, being able to read those comment sections as they're relevant. That's probably exciting.
Please become an the outer sect member of the F5 sect for this book.
Yeah.
This is how dedicated I was to becoming an outer member of the F5 sect. I read this novel and caught up to the end and sacrificed my position on web novel, and now I'm in web novel hell for this, and it was worth it.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty incredible book. I think pretty much all of us finished within a week or two of starting. It's a hard one to put down.
All right. Well, that's a pretty ringing endorsement. I guess we'll see you guys next week. As always.
Next week. Let's not say that. Guys, people have been asking on the Discord, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw out another general announcement. Our release schedule, what we aim for is every 2 weeks to a month for new episodes. If we can do 2 weeks, we want to try and hit that, but realistically, often it ends up being more like a month.
More recently, the last gap was because we went on back-to-back vacations, so it really worked out great for not being able to record. It was very
Brutal.
smart of us. Super, super smart of us. Very clever.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
But we'll have this one out, and we're doing more recording, so we hope to have more episodes out soon. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It really does mean the world to us. It's the reason why we keep doing this. Go leave us a review on iTunes. Go listen to us on Spotify. We make money that way.
Yeah, speaking which, let me pull up one review. I actually found a place that puts all the reviews together that we don't have to pay for. So that's pretty exciting. This one is from Romania that says, recently found this podcast and started to go through all the episodes. The guys are funny and you can see they are passionate about the books. I, for one, find it very enjoyable and hope they will keep doing the series. That's from OEE_UK in Romania.
Thanks so much, man. It means the world.
Dude, it's wild how wide our podcast goes.
Well, these are popular books from another country, so I understand the worldwide appeal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, don't forget you can, if you leave a review, I guess anywhere, I'll be able to find it on this new site. We couldn't do that for a minute because we had to pay for it. It was expensive, so we stopped doing that. All right, well, we'll see you guys next week. Next time. Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Tiger Rollercoaster Productions. Tigers are scary. You try to get off.